I'm running for Senate to address three fundamental challenges facing the state and country. The first is to our economy. The economy is simply not working for millions of people. The second is the challenge to our democracy, which is on very fragile ground. And the third is the challenge to our planet. The problem today is not that people aren't working. The problem today is that people are working and they just can't make enough to get by. And there are a lot of reasons why we got to where we are, including a concerted effort to marginalize labor and make it difficult to organize and form a union, to get a contract once you have a union, to enforce it once you have a contract. But it's also the result of globalization and automation and increasingly AI, which has transformed the workplace, and policymakers have simply failed to keep up. And so to me, this is one of the central challenges, and it's also, I think, a central aspect of why our democracy has been in trouble. When millions of people see their quality of life start to slip below that of their parents, when they look at the future for their kids and it's even more in doubt, they start to entertain any demagogue who comes along and promises that they alone can fix it.
With your rivals in this race, how would you distinguish yourself from, the other two candidates, Katie Porter and Barbara Lee, also have strong records. How would you characterize yourself as different from them?
There are a lot of policy areas of agreement. Where we, I think, differ, the case that I would make is that neither of my colleagues have the same record of leadership through some of the most tumultuous and difficult times the country has faced, and nor do they have the same record in terms of actually getting things done. The Congress is the kind of body where you can't do things completely on your own. You just can't. You have to figure out a legislative strategy to get things through. You have to be able to navigate the committees. You have to be able to navigate the leadership. But if you're going to serve your constituents, you have to be able to get things done.
So one of the other distinctions between you and your Democratic rivals is your notoriety, particularly among Republicans, for your role in the impeachment inquiry. But they seem to really, and maybe this is performative too, really hate you. Adam Schiff is the anti-Trump. Given that reputation, how can we expect you to be able to work, even if you want to work across the aisle, in a Congress that's not only partisan, but is just ultra partisan?
Prior to Donald Trump, I don't think if you asked members of the House to identify, okay, who's going to be a lightning rod for the other side, I don't think anyone would have pointed to me. But when Donald Trump came along and threatened to undermine our democracy, I was in a position to do something about it, and I wasn't going to be a backbencher because it would create political challenges for me. I was going to do whatever I needed to do to protect the democracy, and I did, and I would do it all over again. Now, what I have found of my Republican colleagues is a lot of what they do is performative. Even during the Russia investigation, Ukraine investigation, I have senior Republicans coming up to me in private telling me to keep doing what I'm doing. And even during the impeachment trial itself, I would have Republican senators come up to me during the breaks and afterwards to tell me what a good job I was doing. So I think, and I think this is in particular more the case in the Senate today than in the House, there is still a good opportunity to get things done, and to get things done on a bipartisan basis. It's one of the things that attracts me about the Senate.
So far, the Senate has not been able to pass a bill that would have protected the right to have an abortion. In a divided Senate, if that's what you continue to have, like closely divided, what, if anything, can you do to help have some kind of a national right to abortion or some kind of reproductive freedom?
Well, I think ultimately the way that we're going to protect reproductive freedom requires two things. It requires the passage of a national right to abortion law. So it requires doing away with the filibuster, passing a national right to abortion law, but it also requires reforming the Supreme Court. So the court has been stacked, and in my view, the only question is whether the court will be unstacked. we can either just accept the fact that they got away with it, and a whole generation is going to have to live without reproductive freedom, is going to have to live with a court that is overturning air quality laws and overturning laws to improve the quality of our water and make it more drinkable, overturning gun safety laws. Or we can decide, no, we're not going to allow that gambit to succeed, and we're going to expand the court.
Well, none of these things are going to happen unless we do get rid of the filibuster, which you've talked about. It sounds like a lot of your plans really hinge on. Tell me how getting rid of the filibuster becomes a reality.
The answer to your question is the political process. And I'd love to tell you that there's a legislative path to restoring reproductive freedom on a national basis with divided government, but there really isn't a path. This is why I think the job of a senator from California is not only to be a good legislator, policymaker, not only to fight to bring resources back to California, but also to work on the national level to help elect Democrats of like mind that will help a California senator deliver reproductive freedom for their own constituents and for others, and deliver an environment for their own constituents, and deliver gun safety for their own constituents.